Meet Ham, an amazing chimpanzee who has an extraordinary story from history and science. The question is how he became first ever hominid in space and why he was selected. What are the reasons behind to sending him to space? All this story and Ham's story is completely remarkable and tough, daunting. Of course, he went through with such a challenging times in his life. We talk about his bravery and intelligence many more in this video. So let's dive into Ham. He is officially called 65 before his flight to space. After returning to Earth with a great success, it was giving his name Ham. So who was born in July 1957 in Cameroon country that is located in Central Africa, and he was captured by animal trapper to Holloman Air Force Base in July 1957. There were a total of 40 chimpanzees, of course including him, 39, and one is the total 40. After estimating all the candidate, it was declined to 18 and finally left 6 including him. After all understanding the knowledge, and they thought, okay, 6 are very good in a good knowledge and understandable. Due to similarities between chimpanzees and humans, such as the same blood or maybe as a organ system or emotions as like human, the US Air Force wanted to use them for space explorations and brought to Miami Rare Bird Farm in Florida, where the USA Air Force bought and sent with 39 other chimpanzees. At the beginning of 2 years of Ham was trained under the guidance and supervision of neuroscientist Joseph B. Brady at Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico. Even though he could learn how to perform tasks, something amazing, where he had to live in small mental cage and wear electrodes on their head. Well, he was taught to pull lower in response to light and sound. If he did it correct, he got a banana pellet as a reward. If he did it incorrectly, he got an electronic shock as a punishment. Behind all of these or them was part of the Project Mercury. So what is the Project Mercury? The US's first space program attempt to send human into orbit around the Earth, we can say that. It was the scientist's idea to do not send them directly to human as it may cause risk. So they wanted to test Ham as there was first candidate choice for the mission. And also one of the best reason that he was smart, healthy, clever, and cooperative. Also, they renamed him as a Ham after the acronym for Halloween Aeromedical. Or he was the first chimpanzee, but he was not the first animal to be sent to the space. Before him, many different type of animals were sent out to Earth. But the third is not any of the other animal achieved significance comprehension like Ham, because Ham was something amazing. He has an extraordinary knowledge. He was like a human. He had ability to understand how to perform tasks, a lot of things, and he had a good emotions to understand. So finally, on 31 January 1961, Ham was fastened a seatbelt, like strapped into a capsule inside an MR Mercury Redstone rocket and launched at Cape Canaveral in Florida. So strap into means to fasten a belt around someone in the car or other vehicle safety, something like that. So he was trained and prepared for his mission, and he had a special suit and helmet that monitor his vital sign and allowed him to communicate from computer on Earth. And he was just 3.5 years old at the time of the flight mission. For him, there was a window to take a look outside and a lever to pull during the flight. His duration of flight was 16 minutes and 39 seconds long. He faced weightlessness around 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes, we can say that. In spite of this intensive circumstances and nervousness he faced, Even he did all these, tasks correctly during his flight. Well, he experienced a few changes from their original plan during the journey. The exact number, as they expected, was 115 miles from the launch, and a top speed as a 4,400 mile per hour was required the mission. And the speed of the mission in reality that the spacecraft carried like Ham to travel is the top of the speed as was more than 5,000 miles per hour as and at the distance of more than 150 miles. Because of all these unexpected circumstances caused Ham's to return to Earth. So his landing ended up 130 miles away than where they expected. His capsule splashed down his capsule splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean and he was about to drown. It was took few hours to reach them to him, but fortunately he was still alive when they opened the capsule. But only his nose was bruised, but even though he didn't appear happy, he felt like going back his home. And right after they gave him an apple as a treat, and he happily ate. Of course, animal can eat fruits, especially monkeys, very happily fruit. As Ham went through such circumstances and problem, none of other chimpanzees or human had ever faced before. Even Ham wasn't sure what was happening and why was he chosen for this mission. US Air Force program success because of him, I think, of course. So the success because of him, and it proved Ham really proved that human could survive. He because of his mission that proved that human can survive and travel to space. So and opened the way for Alan Shepard, who became the first American in space after a 3 month period on May 5, 1961. Finally, Ham got a medal and he became like a celebrity overnight. And he was everywhere on TV, something like this. Unfortunately, his life was no longer interesting after this accomplishment for him. So they sent him to various zoos for many years. Firstly, he sent to the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. in 1963 as well, where he spent 17 years without any friend or any company, any improvement. And later in 1980, he was sent to North Carolina Zoo, where he at last enjoyed being with other chimpanzees, and National Zoo was his last home, we can say that. Unfortunately, after 3 years, on January 19, 1983, he died. So this is true story of human is touching and depressing, and his success proved they are actually intelligent and we should respect them. And hence memorable event is making us think about other gems to care and protect them also. I really say thanks for watching this video, and I will be motivated to create more videos, stories and knowledge based videos for you. I wish you could support me by just clicking subscribe button and bell icon to get more like content from my side, and clicking like button, that will be enough for me. That's all. Thank you so much guys. Love you guys.